Pushpa. Whether you are a commerce graduate looking to refresh your memories or someone from a non-commerce background eager to start from scratch, you are in the right place. This video is all about introducing you to the stock market. Let's get started. In this video, we are going to sneak peek into the following areas. What is stock market? Parties in the stock market, how to buy shares, stockbrokers, and the regulatory body. So, where do we start? We shall start understanding the meaning of stock market first. Yes, let's first understand the stock market. I go to the market specifically meant for flowers, it is called flower market. I go to the market specifically meant for vegetables, it is called vegetable market. Likewise, the market meant for buying and selling of stocks and securities is called stock market. Isn't it easy, guys? Are stock market and stock exchange are two different things? Yes, they are not quite the same. Think of this way. Stock market is like a big umbrella covering many stock exchanges. A stock exchange is where the actual buying and selling happens. To break it further, imagine all markets together are markets just like we have Sarojini Market, Chandni Chowk, etc. etc. Similarly, in India, BSE and NSE are two main stock exchanges where actual buying and selling happens under the big umbrella called stock market. So, while stock exchange is very specific, stock market is more general. Wow, that's easy, isn't it? So now what exactly these stocks or shares are? So when I visit the flower market, I am there to purchase flowers. And likewise, when I head to the vegetable market, it is for vegetables, both of which originate from plants. Now let's talk about where these stocks or shares come from. They stem from a company's financial capital. To simplify, let's say I am starting a business, it requires initial investment, which could come from various sources like my personal savings, contribution from my family or friends, or even a bank loan. The initial investment is crucial for getting any business off the ground. But what about companies that require large sums of money like 1,000 crores of money? Such huge amounts cannot be easily sourced from banks or relative. In such cases, the companies opt to list themselves on stock exchanges, offering ownership stake to the public or institutional investors by selling their shares. Let's imagine you are at a pizza party and there's a big pizza that needs to be shared. Think of the pizza as a company and each slice as a share of that company. Now let's say the whole pizza represents the company's value. Let's say it's worth 2000 rupees. If the pizza is cut into 10 slices, each slice would be like a share of the company. So, if someone buys one slice for 200 rupees, they own a part of pizza. So that means they are a partial owner of the company. So now if the company needs more money, just like if the pizza gets bigger and needs more slices, it might decide to sell more shares. So it cuts the pizza into more slices and sells them to the new investors. The more shares you own, the bigger your slice of pizza or the ownership of the company. So if you have 5 shares out of total 20 shares, you own 25% of pizza or the company. That's how shares work. Each share represents a piece of ownership in a company, and more shares you have, the more you own. People of the stock market. In the common market, there will be a seller, customer, broker, and they might also watch out rules and regulations set by a local body. Likewise, we have investors, brokers, market movers, and a regulatory body in the stock market. So now an investor is a person who buys and sells shares. It could be you or it could be me, broker, through which all the buying and selling happens. Market movers? These are the factors which actually influence the share price go up and down. Regulatory body? This is a body which control all the activities of stock market. So the next question is, where exactly is this market? Do I have to go there to buy shares and shares? This market does not exist physically. This market does not exist physically, so I don't have to go anywhere to buy shares and securities. So then how do I buy it? So there are brokers specifically meant for this, and they will go and buy shares and securities on behalf of us. We need to just place an order with brokers. So where do I meet these brokers? So where do I have to go to meet these brokers? So you don't have to go anywhere to meet these brokers. They are virtual. You can meet them electronically on your computer and mobile apps. So we need to create an account with the brokers, and they pay access to buy and sell shares and securities on their virtual platform or website or through an app. So that means we will have to place an order with the brokers on their platform. Later, they will go to NSE, they will go to BSE to place an order on behalf of us. They will buy and sell and securities on behalf of us. Later, they will update our account with whatever purchased or sold. So what is BSE and NSE now? So just like we have names for all the markets, like we have KR market, Sarojini market, Chandni Chowk, Pandi Bazaar, etc. So there are two markets in India. It is called BSE and NSE. These are two major stock markets in India. They are also called stock exchanges. So to precisely understand the history of BSE, it is established in 1875. It is one of the oldest stock exchanges in Asia. It is located in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and it is also known as BSE Limited. BSE lists thousands of companies, including some of India's largest corporations. The benchmark index of BSE is Sensex, which tracks the performance of 30 large cap stocks. We will understand precisely the history of NSE. So NSE founded in 1992. It is a newer stock exchange compared to BSE. It is headquartered in Mumbai and is recognized as one of the largest and most advanced stock exchange in India. So NSE lists wide range of companies and provides trading in equities, provides trading in equities, derivatives, currency derivatives and debit securities. The benchmark index of NSE is Nifty 50, which consists of large 50 large cap stock exchanges representing various sectors of Indian economy. So we will understand BSE and NSE in the subsequent videos more. So then are these BSE and NSE are under the control of government? So BSE and NSE are private companies. To repeat, BSE and NSE are private companies and are not directly controlled by government. However, they are regulated by government appointed body called SEBI in India. So Securities Exchange Board of India. So SEBI is the primary regulatory authority overseeing the securities market in India. It regulates both BSE and NSE as well as other stock exchanges, intermediaries and participate in the stock market. SEBI roles includes overseeing trading activities, protecting investors' interests, ensuring compliance with securities, laws and regulation, promoting development and integrity of the stock market. So while BSE and NSE are private companies, the government may may have some indirect influence over them through our regulatory policies and oversight mechanism. Additionally, the government may have certain policies or initiatives that impact overall functioning of stock market, which can indirectly affect the operations of BSE and NSE. In summary, while BSE and NSE operate as private entity, they are subject to regulatory oversight by the government agency like SEBI to ensure the integrity and stability of the stock market in India. So that wraps up our overview of the stock market. I hope you now have a clearer understanding of basics and how it all fits together. In our next video, we will dive deeper into specific aspects, helping you become more confident and knowledgeable about investing. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more insights. Thank you.